Okay, good evening, folks, viewers of IKTV and listeners of Boom FM. Right now, we are here outside of the Georgetown Police Station, and uh, we are currently in what you consider the orange zone area of the volcano. Um, right now, there are a lot of ash and what feels like molten rocks coming from the volcano. It's just like something is raining down. You visibly, you cannot see it directly, but from feeling it, you can tell that it appears to be what it may be molten rock. But if you look at the ground once again, okay, this is the thickness of the ashes. Okay, you can see what is happening here once again. The thickness of the ashes. And now there are a few persons that are trying to come out because some would have realized the magnitude, or some would have come back to, my friend, some would have come back to get some belongings. There is a popular figure in the community. I'll let him introduce himself. He's very well known. He's very well known. You see him on social media and so forth. What is your name?
My name is James Maguire, better known as Oliver.
James Maguire, better known as Oliver. Okay? And he is a well-known person in this area and surrounding. As a matter of fact, he's well-known in the country for his videos and persons interviewing him and so forth. What are you doing here today? Why are you not in a emergency shelter?
Well, the reason why I'm not in emergency shelter is because Nemo have this thing as political. The reason why I say so, when them train or paper form to say take you from a B, a D, or what, they coming to me and a supporter for ULP call them and then go their way and then give me non farm. So when things getting hot now, they say you want a farm, I say stuff it and yam it. I don't need it. And the reason for that why I don't run is because 2010 hurricane I did home, 2011 I did home, and 2000. So I say I will experience the volcano.
Okay.
So 1979, it was like this. It was like this. The thing then was rolling over like a snow and thing. But this time now, when I get home last night, the valve pelting on the oil. And I start crying, I say, Lord,
So, you said last night while you were home, something was coming on the roof.
yeah, lava. Me say, oh God, I will me do with myself. Father, be merciful on me.
So you not leaving sooner.
Yes,
Mm.
But his life is, we have to live with it. We have to live with it. This morning, me put on clean clothes, look at me. I like a pig in a mud. They say go by the, I have some friend overseas, call people eat them, then got them taking them make a monokunu. So everybody taking it, this thing make a politics.
So,
But it's like the hay and bust up. By the way, I thought I want to know how I stand. Cause first when me go now and go camp, where you going? No, I rather stay home, eat well, and dirty well. Yeah.
so
You're saying I famous, not only famous. I I is a fella, I don't educated, what I could say when thing going to happen. Whole time I staying in Georgetown. What disaster they could take place in Georgetown. Not to know is discovered.
mm.
And we get me pissed off too. The suffering action, no vacation will put out. Not until Thursday, around by 4 something, the Prime Minister say you all have to leave and so on. And we have a lot of people move and have to go home back. Well, me not move up to now.
So currently, you're looking to move or you don't want to move?
Well, telling you the truth, I still in doubt. I want to know how I stand, 'cause I don't want to go by the camp and get harassed. 'Cause I tell you the truth, I will dive under them like a tiger shark and pitch them away. And where happen, right?
So, so because I know him from seeing him around and seeing him on social media. And while I was here in Georgetown, because Georgetown is really under a lot of ashes and so forth. There, you're feeling it in the atmosphere. Things are raining down. But I saw him arrive at the police station. So I wanted to have an understanding. I saw him really arrive with his clothes and so forth. Did somebody come for you up there, or what? I saw you and another lady. What was happening there? Oh, look at the car.
Well, that is my fiancé.
That's your fiance.
Yeah. People trying to mash me up. But according to the Bible, what God put together, no one put a scandal. So they want to put a scandal between me and she, but they can't make it. Cause me not just go and me not just pick she up so. I go down in prayer line and get she.
So you prefer your fiance?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what do you want to happen now? Because I see you arrive at the Georgetown police station, and I'm interested in what do you want to see happen now for you?
Well, what I want happen to me now is to get the say clear right at Johnson, cause he has to kill me. So I make a decision to move. But I want when I go somewhere clear, I must not have no harassing.
Okay.
With where you come here for and where you got the back.
Okay, so this is a gentleman, and he's claiming that he don't want anybody to harass him for any political reason. Okay.
Well, it's that's why it's like stay.
No, well, it's not best you stay because everybody are being advised to leave. Okay, so it's best you leave.
Yeah, it's best I leave, but to my thing, people saying, oh, me political. But have me.
Somebody is calling. Okay, so why don't you take the phone call for this is the gentleman over here. I just saw them arrive and they're doing their talk. They've
Oh,
been here
child.
for a while.
No,
Okay.
yeah, I
So
was
a lot of
trying to tell
persons
you.
have most persons, as I can say again, have already left this zone. Okay. If you look, you cannot see the sky, but you can see where the pole lights are on because of the condition. Even the time of day, we have never seen this before. It is the first time we are seeing this. But this in our local time is the first time we are seeing this. Um, if you look again, I just want to give you a reminder of what is happening here. Look at the magnitude of the ashes. Okay, you can look at the magnitude to see how thick it is. And what is happening here? I wanted to speak to okay, he's not here at the moment, but this is the officers there. Okay, folks, so it is a situation that we have, as I said, we have never experienced before. Um, and we are asking everybody to be safe, to at least say a prayer for our country. Um, it is about what is the time now? 2:30. It's about 2:30, but it's so dark. You swear that it's going on to 7 p.m. Okay, the lights, the pole lights, the street lights are already on. The officers are here. They're asking that persons moved out. Officer, you want to say anything at least for us? No problem. Yes, please. We are here to assist the Georgetown police in respect of bringing supply water and food and so on. But we also have a mandate to patrol the area to ensure that households and other components are being intact. We know this is time where personnel will use the opportunity to burglarize or to steal valuable items from homes that persons who are evacuated may left behind. Some people are still reluctant in the village of Spring Village and other areas of leaving. We have one gentleman here in our police transport who indicated that he is willing to evacuate the area of Georgetown. So we are assisting him. We have to take him to a shelter. And the whichever shelter manager there would take charge of that. But we still have the Georgetown police staff here. So we have to walk along with them because we are the police are the last person who would leave this area. So our function is a major one. Yeah, and indeed, folks, the police has been here and they have to maintain security. What I want to ask the officers as well is how reluctant, because there are only a few persons who still remain. Most persons have already left, as we said. How reluctant are those who are still here to leave? Well, just a while ago, I must mention that we are from the major crime. I am Sergeant. Well, we are from the major crime, but because of the the situation, we have to suit in the relevant come up with a camouflage civilian clothing to fit the condition. We just spoke to persons a while ago, just few. There are few. And we asked them that we have our transport and we are willing to take them out of this danger zone because this is the danger zone. And they're reluctant. And their explanation was they have to look at after animals and these kind of things. And we our duty is to protect life, and that is the reason why we are behind these people, because our duty first and foremost is to protect life. That is very important, folks. You know what I mean? And I'm happy that the officer would have come and update our viewers, listeners of Boom FM, viewers of IK TV. Okay, I am happy that this officer is here, and he's actually in an orange zone. Some might say it's a red zone because of how close it is to the volcano. What I want to ask him is for himself personally. How concerned are you about yourself personally? For you? Well, I must correct you when you say that I am in the orange zone. I am from Barley, so I am in the green zone. But while we get all the notice, I make sure all preparation for myself and family in terms of the collection of water and stock up on food stuff. I am concerned with the persons in the red and orange zone. I will put my life on the risk, even. Well, you're doing that now. Just to get these people out of this area, because in '79, I was 3 years old. I didn't have this experience. I was too young to learn of this experience. And based on what I have heard from the elderly persons, there was no loss of life. So my main focus now is to do as much so that we cannot get, hoping not to get any loss of life. Hold on, steady. Yes. So loss of life is what we as police officers would not like. That's why we're going the extra mile. As we have trained personnel with us, working along with Nemo, and our main focus is not to have a loss of life, and safety is for us because our main duty is to protect life. Yes. So, folks, you have heard it yourself from the Lawan, and I really appreciate you coming and saying this to us. Guys, you understand the magnitude of what they have to face, and we always appreciate their effort. So I'm very grateful that you're here and you consider that. Okay? And keep up the good work. Okay, thank you very much. So, folks, that was an officer, that was a Lawan bringing it to you. I see my friend here again. What is happening? Because this is a situation that we have to be mindful of. Where are you going?
Well, as I told you, right now my phone is almost dead. and being here knocking about and so on. I asked for charge. They say they're not got charging. So I will go back home and go somewhere and charge my phone name. God is love, man. He wear the hole enough. So St. Vincent and the Grenadine, this is the Iron Man. The Iron Man not moving. It's God for you. No one could be against you.
What are folks saying? Folks asking any question because I don't know. Folks, do you have any question? Um, somebody said, Oliver, go home. Why? Uh,
The
so,
police about to go.
good job, officer. Okay, so where is the So yeah, the officers are doing a good job. My friend, I'm still worried about you, man. I
Yeah,
don't know where you're going. You have to protect your wife. You have to
yeah.
protect yourself.
And I want to watch hunting. I don't, me not think me a move, man. I rather they can me could go in, lay down as me like, eat as me like, as we told you already. When me want to go off, me go off and me flash me coyote go and that the hand jack off.
Folks, folks, I'm telling you, it is some serious conditions out there. But I mean, we are living this experience. We are giving you the experience. We don't want to just tell you or show you from an angle where everything is safe and everything is okay, but we want to show you what is
And
happening.
another thing again, I worry with my animal then, cause
Samuel,
he have one in pup,
you have
and I favor that thing. My friend then call overseas and then worry about me and they call the station and the police then got them as joke and no one don't know then saying that I have it as a political. Them have it as a political. You know? So I going back home man. By St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Iron Man going home.
okay. Okay, please be safe. Okay, viewers, thank you for tuning in. We have right now um one of the lead in person, if not the lead in person here at the Georgetown Police Station. I will allow him to introduce himself.
Right. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. My name is Benzel Samuel. I'm Superintendent of Police, and yes, I am in charge of the Eastern Division.
Okay. So Mr. Samuel is responsible, in charge. Okay, this is how high we have it, in charge of the Eastern Division. Um, from your experience, because you're in one of the critical zones here, what are your responsibilities at the moment?
Responsibility is to help with the coordination. As you know, Nemo is the lead, and the police officers, the police force, primarily responsibility is to security. So we're here coordinating with Nemo, the security aspects. We are coordinating of the area. We are ensuring that people are safe. If persons need evacuation, once it is safe for us to go and help evacuate them, we're going to take them out. So basically, that's what we are here for.
And that is a very important task, guys. That is a task that in lifetime, because of what is happening here, you don't expect it to reach to this point, okay? But what I want to ask Samuel as well is for you, because I mean I recently have police officer for you. How concerned are you for your safety? And when do you know it is a time for you or your other officers to leave this area?
We're not that concerned at the present moment. As you see, you hear, you recognize what is happening. The big issue right now is the ash, right? We have our safety masks, so we're using them. We also have respirators available to us if we want to use them. If the all clear is given, then we move. But we cannot move until we know people are safe. If people are here, obviously we're not going to put ourselves into unnecessary danger. But once people are here, we have to be here to help.
And in your lifetime, because you would have been around for a while, have you ever experienced anything like this? What are your thoughts?
No, I have never experienced anything like this. Well, I'm telling my age, but I did. I had a little bit of something a little but I can't recall much of anything like this. I remember I'm from Rosal too. So I was in Rosal and the area where I live is let me alone. And you could see the Soufrière. And I remember seeing the fireworks going up. But this has nothing to do with this because again I was evacuated to a shelter. So I had no knowledge, no experience of this sort. But I am here now, I am the one responsible for this area and I have to take my responsibilities extremely seriously.
And it's very important. I want to just tickle your mind a bit. What do you remember of your movement from where you were in 1979? How do you recall moving or getting information that you need to move? What do you remember?
I remember getting information. As I said, I was a toddler.
Oh,
So I
okay,
can't remember things like that. But what I remember is that we moved from Rosal in, I think was one of those big wooden buses. And we moved from there, we went to Barley. We stayed at a primary school in Barley, but we had family members in Lot Village. That's in Kingston. So we moved from that shelter in Barley and we moved to Lot Village. And that's where we spent the remainder of the
Did
time.
you see any ashes in Barley Lodge Village, or you can't recall?
I don't think for sure there were any ashes in Lot Village for sure. Not in Barley either. So, not definitively.
Okay, so folks, you have heard it from the head of the Eastern Division, Denzel Samuel. Denzel Samuel. Denzel. Ben, Benzel. Oh, Benzel. Sorry, I thought it was Benzel Samuel. Man, do you want to say anything else? What sort of advice would you give to persons in your region, in your division, in these orange zone area? What sort of advice would you give to them?
Well, we are here in the red zone, and I just advise people once if you're here, still use the opportunity to get out. We are here. If we can assist, once we are here and we could assist, we come into assist. All right. It is not safe. Again, wear your mask. Even though we are dealing with the volcano, we still have to think about COVID. We still have to our social distances as much as possible. Wear our masks, wash our hands. It is not easy to wash your hands in this environment because you know it's gonna be um, ash all over you. But you have to take care of yourselves and your family. If you are here in the red zone, get out. It's still a chance, it's still opportunity. Transportations are still coming, and you could use the opportunity to get out. Don't wait for longer when we don't know what is going to happen. It is not healthy to be in this such an environment without protection and to be constantly breathing in this ash. So if you're here and you could leave,
Hello, Mr. Robertson, please.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 1 million. I think this is Mr. Robertson. Oh, hello. Mr. Robertson. Okay, so folks, just point the camera. You can see. Just point the camera. That is the lead. That is the lead. He's the leading scientist. The folks in the background is Professor Robertson. Robertson, he don't wanna do an interview at the moment because he's working. I wanted to ask him some very interesting questions. But we are still a contingent because you know he is one of the key figures that is informing us about what is happening. Just let me see what is if you wanna walk a bit. You could walk a bit. We have just seen, I think it's the Prime Minister would have arrived there. You have enough work. Okay, folks. We're here in Georgetown, and I think the Prime Minister just arrived. He's with the leading scientist. Um, I don't know if I'll get some time with him, but he's up there. Uh, he's up there. And there's just a very important delegation that has just arrived that is looking and dealing with the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano. Okay, so if you look very carefully, you will see the Prime Minister contingent, the Prime Minister entourage just arrived, and he would have arrived with PM. We would Boom FM, FTV, IKTV, the newspaper. Could we engage you a bit? It's coming. It's coming. Folks, so we have the big man himself, the Prime Minister, the person who is responsible.
How you doing, man?
Man, good to see you. He's coordinating with everything that is happening on the ground. This is the Prime Minister here. Prime Minister Al Gonzalez, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I should welcome you. This is my territory.
But you see, go to secondary school. So the Prime Minister is here. PM, a lot of viewers are here and they want to know, how are you feeling? What are you going through emotionally, physically? What is happening here at this very moment?
Well, I'm a strong individual. A lot of prayers, my support from the people, my own personal prayers, all of that keeping me going. And you know, I have lived long enough. I've seen a lot of adversity and seen a lot of challenges. And this is another one which I have to cope with in my leadership position.
Okay. I overheard a conversation while you were visiting the Thomas Sanders Secondary School. Did you say that into the effect that this volcano would, this what is happening here could last at least 4 months?
Yeah, well, that is Professor Robertson has indicated when I had asked him. Actually, on a, I think he said so live. If not, he might have said so to the cabinet or to me personally. Anyway, he had said that he can't say with any precision what is going to happen, but it will be weeks, months, maybe up to 4 months, and he probably even beyond. Because you see, remember, what has happened here? We should move out of the road.
This is the man himself, so we want the nation to hear because all our viewers are listening, they're watching. Please continue.
No. Look, what you see here, a lot of ash. We're in Georgetown here. And the further you go to the northeast, because when you reach over Rabuka, you see the amount of ash which is there. This is part and parcel of the 13 million cubic meters of material which had formed the dome, approximately the volume, which has been blown away. And new material is also coming up from in the volcano. And fortunately, a lot of the material has gone to the sea, but a lot is here and a lot. I was just talking to Mia Motley, PM of Barbados, and a lot has reached Barbados. And we don't know how long this spewing is going to take place. The seismologists don't know, in fact, what the work they're doing. They're collecting samples. And through their testing, they're going to be able to give us some indication as to what do they think. Of course, it's not a precise science when you're doing these prognoses. This cleaning up is going to be massive, as you can see already. This is not. Remember this. The weight of this and the nature of this. Mashing up houses already, Crashing the roofs, crashing the windows and doors. They're getting inside of the houses. It's a very serious problem. And the cleaning up of this alone is going to be massive. This will continue in this kind of a way. I've been advised over the next few days, maybe weeks. And we don't know what's
what is the extent of the size of the magma chamber and all of that. The scientists would advise us.
I've been speaking to some folks from the international media, and what a lot of them seems to be asking, how is the international community responding? Have you been receiving what? Do you think they can do more? What is the status?
It's early days in terms of providing relief. But a number of Caribbean countries have already been mobilized and provided relief. You know, the Barbados Coast Guard came, I understand. Trinidad is sending stuff. On Tuesday, a vessel is coming up with supplies from Guyana. President of Guyana and I just spoke. On Monday, a vessel coming up from Venezuela. We have been in touch with the World Bank, we're in touch with the UN system, we're in touch with the Americans, we're in touch with the British, we're in touch through diplomatic channels with the Canadians too. I spoke to the people from the US Southern Command, which is a very important resource. Yesterday morning, I had a discussion at 7 o'clock our time with the Foreign Minister of the Republic of China, Taiwan, Joseph, because I wanted to speak to them about, I set the appointment to speak to them about their train crash. But in the meantime, we had our challenges, so we spoke about both things and received commitments for reconstruction, rehabilitation, and so on. So we pouring in the region has been splendid. CAFA has been working well. SIDEMA has been working well. I just spoke to Liz, who is the head of SIDEMA. The RSS, I spoke to Captain Sholan, the CARICOM Secretariat, the OECS Secretariat, the various governments. We are doing the coordination, and I'm doing it on the road in between doing ABC and D things. This is how you gotta do it.
And I must commend him for the amount of energy and enthusiasm he has been showing even for his age. I don't think I have.
Well, I'll tell you now. I don't know if that brain inside there which you have got as much energy, that young brain, as this older computer.
I don't know.
This is a good model, you know. This is a good model.
I must say that. I must say that, folks. Also, I want to add a few more questions before I complete because I know
you know,
he has a busy
wait,
schedule.
William.
Let's follow him. Hello, you have some light stuff and stuff like that.
Give me a heart attack, comrade. Don't give me a heart attack. Let me tell you what happened. I went by Thomas.
Oh, does the man come?
I went by me in the evening. Yes. So I actually, I said, well, I didn't stop me there for it. So she told me, she didn't know you were coming. And when I hear you dead, I said, well, I have to have it confirmed. So I was glad when the comrade calling you there now that I meet you over Basin Hole. You know, they tell me the ash overwhelmed you. It bury you, you couldn't breathe and so on. That's what they tell me. Well, they hang ya. That's William Charles.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Folks, I just received a report of
Very much alive.
folks. There's a correction that William Charles is not dead.
William Charles is very much alive.
Very much alive. I just want to correct that. So we have to wrap up because of the
And Gawo is also not dead.
we know that. Okay, Tim, to wrap up, what would you say to the nation? What would you say to persons who are still in the red zone, orange zone areas, who don't want to leave?
Well, certainly in the red zone. If you haven't left by now, well, I don't know what is going on inside of your head. I understand there's some. I'm trying to get the Coast Guard commander. I could get the Coast Guard commander to meet this because there are some persons who I understand who have been taken from Uwe that up to this time, people are still there.
Yeah, I just spoke with Kerry and she said they were on their way there to try and move some people out.
And well, in this area, some from Georgetown would have moved, but some would remain. You know what I mean? And they have to assess the level of the risk. But I will say, if you have any doubt at all, move out. So, and you're in the red zone, you should move out. When you're in the adjoining zone, a lot of people are moving out of Myra.
Just one more question, folks. Just one more question. You have been Prime Minister 5 consecutive terms. You have seen the construction and the operation of the single biggest project since
Congress and settlement.
all right. So I have to say that.
Let me just ask you something. Hey, Commander, how any remaining evacuation?
We're just wrapping up, folks. So as you can see, the Prime Minister is here.
You know how many last you have?
A delegation from the media.
Well, you took out some yesterday.
Security and Tail. We're just putting a wrap onto this thing, folks. We're just gonna get the last question out of the team.
Yesterday in Mozambique.
We understand that he's very busy
And this week,
because of all that is happening. We just want to have. Do they have any questions? Anybody want to ask? No? It's okay.
How much?
You see the state of the Prime Minister?
60. Well, you must tell me. Tell me.
This is good.
Tell me.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was talking about the biggest project that has been constructed and created.
Yes.
You know, the campus and so forth. How does this experience rate, in your opinion?
Every challenge which you meet is of a different kind and specificity. But they all have certain general features on how you have to analyze problems and address them, put organizational things in place. That's why you have the wisdom.
And your family, everything is okay with the family and so forth?
Praise God.
So, folks who have heard it from the Prime Minister, thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you for taking the time out to speak to us. We appreciate that.
My wife just can't agree.
Yeah, you might just gone, guys. So, folks, you have heard it there from the Prime Minister himself, who is responsible for leading the nation. And we appreciate everybody. Thank you, guys.
Hi, comrade.
Good day.